Sanborn Place would like to congratulate the 1966-67 boys basketball team on their induction into the RMHS Athletic Hall of Fame. The 1966-67 Reading High School basketball team came into the season with great confidence, lofty goals, and an experienced and skilled starting five. The only new element to the varsity program was 27-year-old former junior varsity coach named Bruce McGregor, who was set to take over the head coaching reins from the legendary Walter Hawks. In his 2-year stint, McGregor compiled a 36-11 record as he became the proverbial shooting star in Reading High School coaching lore. On the last day of the 1965-66 season, the Rockets lost to the league champion Melrose 55-44, eliminating the 13-7 squad from the postseason Tech tournament. Reading left nothing to chance during the 66-67 season, as the Rockets compiled a 13-1 league record and a 17-3 overall season record and cruised into the renowned postseason tournament. The hungry Rocket Hoopsters were led by co-captain Mike Jackson, who was a scrappy point guard and had a knack for driving to the basket, and co-captain Bill Kelly, a forward whose athletic pedigree was legendary. Joining the captains were the team's leading scorer and pure shooting guard Bill Carroll, the aptly named 6'5" center Rich Stretch Williams, and a junior George Watkins, who had started to build up an impressive three-sport resume himself. Other members of the team included valuable sixth man Jimmy Murphy, Tom Norton, Ken Doucette, John Snook, Ron DePatty, Mike Pilla, Dick Carroll, John Norton, Jim Walsh, Robert Yeo, and assistant coach Dick Gillis. The Rockets started the year with 6 non-league games before having to conquer an extremely tough Middlesex League during that era led by the elite Melrose program coached by John Killalay and Lexington coached by legendary Raleigh Massimino. As the team stood with a record of 3-2 just a few days before Christmas 1966, even the most optimistic of the team members and followers may not have foreseen what was ahead for the Fab Five, as they wouldn't lose another game until early February on their way to an 11-game winning streak. The Rockets started the streak with a run of 4 straight double-digit wins as they prepped for what would turn out to be the regular season's decisive matchup. Next up was defending Class B champion Melrose, which was riding a 20-game win streak over 2 seasons. The monumental defensive struggle was played in a jam-packed gymnasium at Reading High School between 2 of the 3 teams with undefeated league records. In a seesaw contest that was tied 41-41 with 3 minutes to go, Reading froze the ball for a minute and a half before Jackson put up a shot driving down the lane. The shot fell off the rim, but Murphy was there to tap it home for the lead basket. Melrose came back and tied it on an improbable 35-foot bomb by its star, Bill Greeley, with 15 seconds left, giving Reading one final possession. It was the Rockets' leading scorer, Carroll, who made the game-winning play when he drew a foul while handling the ball with 3 seconds left and then calmly swished home the first free throw, which was a game winner. As Reading continued its undefeated league record, the next big contest was a daunting matchup against 10-0 Lexington Minutemen. The game was played to what the Chronicle termed a turnaway crowd of 850 in a Reading's gym that was situated at the time in the high school. Reading won each of the 4 quarters, led by Watkins 16 points, and with Carroll and Jackson also scoring double digits as the Rockets cruised to a 14-point win. The Rockets showed no letdown after their victories over the 2 league powers, as they ran their win streak to 11 with their 14th regular season win against Stoneham to clinch a Tech tourney berth for Reading for the first time in 4 years. The league's win streak was ended at 10 with their loss in a rematch with Melrose. After 2 more league wins, the regular season finale against Lexington was the only thing standing in the way of their outright Middlesex League title flag. The Minutemen came out strong on their home floor, taking a 4-point lead after 1 quarter. But the Rockets then hit them with 2 of their best quarters of the season to bring home the Middlesex League title. They torched Lexington with a 12-2 run to start the second quarter, and on their way to a 22-point output, and followed that up with a haymaker by scoring 21 points in the third frame. Kelly had a season high with 23 points, and Carroll scored in double figures for the 20th straight game. Watkins grabbed 15 rebounds, and Jackson, playing with a sprained ankle, still managed two of his signature driving baskets, while sixth man Murphy was lauded for having a great impact off the bench. The Rockets were rewarded for their 17-3 regular season and league championship by having to meet up with league rival Lexington for the third time that year, and their second consecutive game in the Class B Tech Tournament opener. The unfortunate draw did not deter the Rockets, as the Minutemen were overmatched by the skilled Rockets on the hardwood. Lexington was further hamstrung in the first half when they showed up at the game with only 5 game uniforms. The Rockets made them pay for the faux pas by taking a 10-point halftime lead before Lexington was able to retrieve their missing jerseys. In the second half, the deeper Rockets extended the lead with Kelly, Carroll, Watkins, and Williams all scoring in double figures, as Reading steamrolled the Minutemen by 21 points before a crowd announced at 5,100 at the Boston Garden. Despite their gaudy 18-3 record, the Rockets were dubbed a tourney dark horse by Boston Globe as they matched up with Catholic Central co-champion from Cathedral High School. With a crowd of 6,800 on hand at the Boston Garden, the teams were tied at halftime in a closely called game by the referees. Watkins scored 16 points in the half, many from the deep corner as he kept the Rockets close, with Kelly off to a slow start and Carroll on his way to his lowest scoring game of the year. In the second half, Kelly came alive, scoring 16 of his 20 points. Watkins ended his breakout performance with a team-high 23 points, and Williams chipped in 11 as the Rockets held off Cathedral 66-58. The Rockets' dream season ended in the semifinals with a 7-point loss to 19-2 Natick. An uncharacteristically cold shooting stretch to start the second half put the Rockets down by 11 points. They roared back to cut the lead to 4, but Captain Kelly fouled out with 4 minutes into the fourth quarter, and even though Murphy scored 8 points in relief of Kelly, the Rockets still fell short. Despite the loss of their final game in the 1966-67 season, the Rocket squad set a standard of excellence that still holds the test of time. They are tied all-time for the most regular season wins and overall wins in a season, and one of 3 Reading teams reaching the Tech Tourney semifinals in the modern era. With those accomplishments, they are deserving of the honor of becoming the first Reading basketball team to be inducted in the Reading Athletic Hall of Fame.